sunny California, and with me today is Scott Cosenza. Scott has written a very disturbing article about a man drowning in Florida. Scott, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Lisa, this concerns the case of Jamel Dunn, and Mr. Dunn went swimming in this lake in Florida, and 5 teens videotaped him while drowning and mocked him when he did so. And the internet and sort of the area has exploded with calls for them to be charged with something, looking for any kind of reason to do so because their behavior was so outrageous.
Well, that is very disturbing. What has happened as a result of this?
Well, I think it was Cocoa Beach Police Chief Michael Cantaloupe discussed his attempts to basically scour the statute book and look for anything that could be used against these people. And they are between 14 and 16 years old. And while their behavior is disgusting, I think it seems like it doesn't rise to the criminal. Again, all they did was witness a horrible accidental drowning and comment, I don't want to use the word inappropriately without recognizing the import of what happened. A man died, but that's what they did. They laughed. They didn't actually push him into the water or have anything to do with that. So anyway, Chief Cantaloupe has asked I think the state's attorney in Florida to charge these boys with an obscure law that prohibits the non-reporting of certain deaths that one may witness. And it seems like an attempt to just sort of make something bad happen to them because we're so outraged at what they've done.
Scott, is there such a thing as duty to save laws?
There seems to be a lot of confusion about this, Lisa. You have no duty to save someone if you didn't put that person in danger or have some duty outside of putting them in danger. So if you're a parent, perhaps you have a duty to save your child. If you're babysitting, you have a duty to save a person who is in peril. Or if you are advertising nursing care services and somebody's placed in your care for that, and you see them struggling, you have probably a duty to save them. But you don't have a duty to save a stranger on the street in any case, and you definitely don't have the duty to imperil your own self in doing so. Now, there could be cases where you could save somebody without imperiling yourself, but in this case, for instance, the man was drowning. We don't know if the people knew how to swim or not, and that's why they weren't punished in any case, or it doesn't seem like it. It's because of their mocking horrible activity, not the fact that they didn't, in fact, actually save them. But there is no duty to save. It would impose an affirmative obligation on us, and the law doesn't really do that. And it's a good thing, too, because you can imagine how horrible it would be to have somebody sit in judgment of whether or not you knew or should have known that somebody was imperiled, and then why didn't you do anything about it?
Is there such a thing called Good Samaritan laws, Scott?
The Good Samaritan laws generally provide civil protection for somebody who does try to help someone. So, for instance, there's a concern that in a hyper-litigious society that you may be, you see somebody in a car wreck and you don't want to go ahead and help them out because if you make the situation worse, they could sue you. Well, generally, Good Samaritan laws, which are on the books in many areas, basically protect you and say, okay, if you're acting to try to be a good Samaritan and help out your neighbor, we're not going to allow them to recover against you. But they don't require help. They just protect those who offer it.
Well, indeed, this is a disturbing story, and I can imagine people are outraged as to whether these teenagers should be charged. Read more about it on libertynation.com. I'm Leesa Donner, and this is LNTV.